The Federal Reserve is going to cause a recession, and in this video, I'm going to show you exactly how that will be the case. Now, this all comes about via a question I got on this previous video that you're seeing on your screen right now. So this is more so a part one. Am I going to say you have to watch this video? Maybe, but maybe not. However, this is where the question is coming from, and this is a video that really got the discussion going, which prompted, like I said, this very astute observation and leads into this video because it will show you exactly how the Federal Reserve will cause a recession and why I titled this video, It's Going to Happen. There is no way around it, assuming the Federal Reserve does what they say they're going to do. Now, if you did watch the other video, then I apologize for this, but I'm going to keep it very brief just to catch other people up. But in order to understand all this, we have to understand how the bond market works very simply. Now, again, if you want more details on this, go watch that other video. But generally speaking, the way the bond market works is this. When prices of bonds go down, the interest rate goes up. And this interest rate right here is tied to car loans, mortgage loans, consumer debt, credit card payments, all that sort of stuff that makes life for Americans more expensive. Cost of debt goes up, right? That's going to be a problem because life just gets more expensive. So that's how the bond market works again. If prices of bonds go down, the interest rates go up. And as I talked about, the Federal Reserve is saying that they're going to stop buying bonds. And not only are they going to stop buying bonds so they prevent prices from going down, but they're actually going to start selling those bonds. Which brings about this very, very important question, and ultimately why a recession and how a recession is going to come about is, okay, well, who is going to be buying all of these bonds? And that is the question is, okay, if the Federal Reserve is no longer buying, but on top of that, now selling, who exactly is going to be buying? And the question here becomes, well, people will buy, countries will buy, there will be buyers. However, there is a but. And what is the but? And this is why the markets work the way they do. Well, as prices are going down, the interest rates go up. Or in other words, the bond yields are going to go up. Why are those going up? Well, to attract one thing. They want to make it worth the risk, right? The risk needs to make sense in order for people to buy. And, if interest rates, so if bond rates are at 2%, is that really going to be enough for people to want to take the risk? Probably not. What about 3%, 4%, 5%? Maybe, but at some point, the risk is going to make sense. And the big question mark becomes, okay, at what rate are bonds going to have to, pay out? Are they going to need to yield in order for people to be willing to take that risk? And, I don't know what that is, but it's going to be much higher, in my opinion, than where it is right now. Now, I'm just making this up, but do bond rates have to, get up as high as 8% before people are willing to start to buy, which again goes up to that question there? Maybe. Can you imagine bond yields at 8% and what that's going to do for mortgage payments, car payments, credit card payments, etc.? That's going to be insane. But that's what's going to cause the recession. And how it's going to cause a recession is because the Fed is going to allow those prices to fall and fall and fall. And eventually people will step up to buy. Other countries will step up to buy, but they're going to want to make sure that their risk is being covered, right? People aren't going to take, right? You as a trader, I'm assuming you're a trader investor that watches this. If you're going to take on a risk with your money, you want to make sure that you have some sort of reward. You want to ensure that you have some sort of balancing force that's, weighing out that risk that you are taking. And the quote unquote balancing out the reward is those yields, which are going to have to go up to draw people in. But as they're trying to draw people in to buy, what is that doing for the economy? That is raising interest rates like crazy. So that's where it's all a balancing. You got to draw people in, you got to draw in buyers. But in order to do that, those yields are going to need to rise and rise and rise. And that is going to create all sorts of havoc around the economy and ultimately push things into a recession and, maybe even worse than a recession because you got to get buyers in there. And that is so true as this person maps out. When the biggest buyer now becomes the biggest seller, who is going to buy? Well, people will buy for the right price, but the quote unquote right price is going to be and is going to result in much higher interest rates around the country in the form of all sorts of various things that affect us day to day. Mortgage payments, car payments, consumer debt, credit cards, all of that. So this is how it's going to happen, is people are going to want to draw in, the bond market is going to want to draw in buyers, and in order to do that, you just got to make those yields much higher, which equates to those higher interest rates. So hopefully this helps. Hopefully this, just kind of expands how this whole recession thing is going to play out. Again, assuming the Federal Reserve actually stops buying bonds, which is supposed to happen in June. Because believe it or not, right now, they're talking all this tough action, but they're still actually buying bonds right now. They're still expanding the balance sheet. But when they begin to supposedly shrink the balance sheet, okay, this is what's going to happen. Assuming they actually do start to shrink the balance sheet, aka start to no longer buy bonds, but sell them. So let me know your thoughts below. Do you agree, disagree? Am I missing something else? Again, like I said, thanks to this person making a comment, it spurred on a whole new video. So I do read comments, I do reply, and in some situations, I'll make an entire video of it because it's a very valid point that helps expand the overall idea here that I'm trying to, convey. So thank you to Kevo Kundo. Appreciate the comment, and thank you for leaving it. And, hopefully this, like I said, you made an excellent point, and now this is more of an expansion of just how the Federal Reserve is going to cause the recession. First off, thanks so much for watching the entire video. Real quick, before you go, I want to invite you to a live webinar, web class, training, workshop, online event, whatever you want to call it, but it will be me live revealing to you what I've discovered that has allowed me to transform myself from being an employee to being my own boss, including how I had only one losing day out of 73 days in total. I'm going to cover 3 keys that have helped me unlock profitable consistency within the markets. The first key is super weird, but in a productive type of way. The second key is super awesome because it quite literally is wired into our DNA as humans, making it very easy to use. But in a cruel way, this becomes a pitfall for many traders. I'll explain it all though, including how to avoid the pitfall that it creates for some. And yeah, the third key, when you hear it, sounds way too good to be true, but it's not, and I'll show you how it all works. Then at the end, I open it up for a question and answer session that is, again, totally live. Even if you can't make the live session, please still sign up as it will be recorded, and you can go back and watch the replay that I will send you. Click the image on the screen or click the link down in the description box so you can get the date and time and claim your spot, which I should note is limited due to the fact that this truly is a live event. If you have any questions, let me know. If not, I'll be seeing you soon.